as it usually occurs when you need to extract a tick in the woods. It often happens to be where one is unlikely to find tweezers or factory-made tick removal tools. Using your fingers, you can only grasp a tick's body, which can cause its head to break off and remain in the skin. You need to pull a tick out by its chelicera and hypostome, which is usually referred to as the tick's mouthparts. The tick's barbed hypostome is a harpoon-shaped part of its mouth that almost fully inserts into skin. Because it is impossible to pull a tick by its chelicera with just fingers, there are many types of tick extractor tools for sale. However, if you are in the woods and lack a factory-made tick extractor, you can easily make one using a knife and a piece of plastic. For example, you can use your credit card or a plastic bottle. All you have to do is to make a proper V-shaped cut with beveled edges. The main advantage of this tick extraction method is its reliability. Unlike some other tick removal methods, it allows to extract a tick using only one hand. To demonstrate how my plastic card extractor works, I decided to make a 1:40 scale model of a tick and extractor. Because the tick's body has an egg-shaped outline, I decided to cast an aluminum egg using a sand casting method. I poured molten aluminum into an empty eggshell nested in sand and used it as a mold. Then I polished the tick's model body and drilled a hole on one end. This hole was used to mount a piece of rope that will imitate the tick's chelicera and hypostome. Then, using 2 scrap pieces of plywood, I made a model of the plastic card extractor. You can now see the shape of the V-cut better. Both sides of it look like 2 chisel bevels that join at the top of the V-cut. This scrap board with a countersunk hole will imitate the human skin. The demo kit is ready, and I'm quite sure once you see the large-scale demonstration of the method, you'll be convinced that such credit card extractor can effectively remove ticks even if you have no experience at all. If you pull a tick by its body, it will just come off, leaving tick's chelicera and hypostome in the skin. But if you do it using an extractor, the tick's mouth parts will get wedged inside the extractor's V-cut, thus ensuring a full tick extraction. You can see that the rope is reliably wedged inside the model extractor's V-cut. This is what happens with the tick's mouth parts inside the credit card extractor's V-cut too. It is common knowledge that it is easier to pull out a metal nail while it still has a head. The same thing goes here. It is much easier to remove a whole tick, as extracting its torn mouth parts alone from flesh would be much harder. If you use a piece of plastic cut from a bottle, it is best to make a V-cut using a knife, keeping the same cut angle to ensure beveled edges of the cut. Using scissors is not recommended. I will be honest, I'm not afraid of ticks, although they are undoubtedly dangerous. This is the first tick that managed to bite me, as I always feel insects on my skin before they can bite me, but this time I missed it. I was cutting logs into boards for my cabin's door, and the flying chips masked the feeling of the parasite's bite. This goes to show it is important to wear proper clothes in the woods at all times. You can see how careless I am in this footage, even though I already warded off almost a dozen ticks off me by this point of the project. Don't repeat my mistake. If you don't have tick-repellent clothing that gives you almost 100% protection, tuck your shirt into your pants and your pants into your socks. This way, a tick would have to crawl up all the way to your collar, which reduces chances of getting bitten. Ticks are not dangerous because they suck blood, but because they are carriers of dangerous diseases, such as Lyme disease, anaplasmosis, Rocky Mountain spotted fever, and others. Disclaimer: I don't consider myself to be an expert in infectious diseases or tick extraction. I only showed an impromptu method I came up with on the spot to remove a tick with what I had at my disposal in the woods. If you know about other reliable or original tick extraction methods, please let me know in the comment section. I would appreciate that. This is Max Yegorov from St. Petersburg, Russia. If you liked this video, perhaps you could share it with your friends. Let good people watch good videos. P.S. I only produce 1 or 2 videos max a month, and if you don't want to miss new content like this, subscribe and click the notification bell to stay up to date with all of the latest content. Due to new YouTube's recommendation algorithm, its notifications have become more unstable otherwise. PPS. Below I left a link to my DIY projects playlist, as well as playlists about my log cabin building, bushcraft projects, kayaks making, and outdoor cooking. I hope to see you back on Advoko Makes.